Now, I know it's gonna get controversial, but here I have Yuta versus Sendai, or Yuta versus Uro versus Ryu. Our first and only three-way battle in all of JJK, which this battle has a lot going for it. And first of all, it shows how powerful Yuta is. It's a very tense battle because, like I said, he can't go all out, otherwise he exposes himself to the other contestant, which is very dangerous because we still don't know what these guys can do. Rio and Uro are pretty good characters, I think. The three-way domain clash was cool, or better, it would be cool, but it ended up to nothing. Seeing Rika again was cool. Seeing Yuta just bust out a lot of his curse techniques is very cool also. But I think the highlight of this fight is right at the end, where it's just Yuta and Ryu face to face going key blast at Budokai 3. And also the ending, like, I don't think most people realize how close Yuta was to losing. If he hadn't copied Uro's technique, he would have lost. He would have just lost, and that's a very cool way to end the fight, to win with the thing he just acquired, and also having a character like Yuta, which his whole kit is geared to take on multiple opponents at the same time. It was very cool. So yeah, this battle is at 7th place. At 6th place, we have Megumi versus Regi's gang. Now, I know this fight is very hatred, but looking back at it, I like these fights very much because it shows Megumi at his best. He's using the 10 shadows as it should, very intelligently, very strategically. He can end Regi with by killing him outright, so he has to use the Shikigami in very strategic ways to beat him. And although Reggie is very intelligent, he had his plans and he thought he outsmarted Megumi, but Megumi had hit the battle in his back throughout the whole thing by keeping Divine Dock hidden, and that was very clever. Also, contractual recreation is like a pretty cool ability. I think I like those kinds of abilities that he, just uses a lot of options. None of them are particularly powerful, but he uses a lot of options. I think that clashes really well with the 10 Shadows, which has like 10 options but can be used very, very creative ways. And that the domain of Megumi was like very cool, using the domain the way he did, and also Reggie coming out of the shadows in a car, Jesus posing. Come on, that's a classic. So yeah, Megumi and Reggie are at the 6th place. Now, Maki versus Naoya. It's a fight that ends up feeling a lot bloated. This is because a sword guy and sumo guy, they come out of nowhere, teach Maki all she needs to know, and then just dip. They dip out of the story. I don't know what I don't know if Gege has something more planned for them, and at this point they obviously don't, but and I also don't like how Maki's whole conclusion was like, I can't just be like everybody else. I need to be him. I don't like Maki being the second Toji. I think if she was like the same level as him, it will be cool, but I don't like Maki being just this Toji Junior. I don't like that at all. I think it diminishes her character a lot. But at a positive note, Maki beating the shit out of Naoya is pretty satisfying, and Kamo doing the cool things with blood manipulation is also very cool. I think this fight has very good elements. It had everything to be. It needs to be number one, but I think it would need to be rewritten. If it was like Maki going after Daido and the Naoya coming after her, I think it would be like cool, but I don't like how this fight's concluded. But it was still pretty cool. It has a lot of cool elements. I don't like to make it seem like this fight was bad or anything, but I disliked how Maki just turns into Toji 2, And I dislike how Daido and Sumo Guy just came out of nowhere. But seeing Maki just no diff Naoya was like mwah, chef's kiss. And I also really love Naoya's designs, all of them, the caterpillar form and the other. Uh, that was very cool. Seeing such a grotesque thing flying around at such high speeds. And the way Naoya uses projection sorcery is very cool most of the time. And this wasn't an objection. So, yeah, I think it could be better, but it's still a cool fight. And now we have our favorite older brother, Choso, doing Petricide in Choso versus Kenjaku. Choso is the GOAT. Let me just start by saying that. And seeing him go against an opponent which is like, is going to kill him, but that means nothing in his face of his determination, his brotherly determination. The way he uses blood manipulation is always cool to see. The way he just forces Kenjaku to defend himself every time, it's always cool to see. And the comeback, oh my god. It's so satisfactory seeing Choso just beat the shit out of Kenjaku, you know. Even if he couldn't outright beat him or even hurt him, forcing him to show his hand and use anti-gravity system, it's like a kick in the nuts to Kenjaku's pride, and you can see it in the eyes. Yeah, Choso's the GOAT, and yeah, it's better fourth place. It seemed like it fits. And now we have Yuki versus Kenjaku. Now, Yuki carries this whole shit. I'm not even gonna lie. Yuki's a very cool character, very wasted in my opinion, but the one battle she got was really really cool, like no cap. And seeing her determination throughout most of the fight, like getting hit with a domain in the face, and then just keep going, not healing, just keep going. Shit, man, that's a queen shit right there. And also seeing Kenjaku just pop out an open domain like it's nothing, like it's just raw, man. And the extra points for Chozo coming out of nowhere and giving me anxiety for over a week, knowing how they were gonna fight him now. Like Kenjaku, he's a very cool villain. It always feels like you can't beat him, like he has you figured out. But seeing his face being burned out of city and Chozo just popping out of nowhere, that's priceless, man. Also Yuki just beating the shit out of that elephant curse spirit, priceless. But no fight is perfect, so the one major flaw I have with this fight. And now we have Yuji versus Higuruma. So this battle is like a very different battle from most of the time. And it does a lot of cool things, like it sets up Higuruma, which would be essential in a fight against Sukuna. Yeah, or it would be if he wasn't wasted, Gege Akutami. His domain is very different from the others, very cool. I think Yuji thinking, okay, I'll let him see what he can do, and Higuruma immediately popping a domain will never get old. Like seeing Higuruma, who has at least 1 month of experience, I believe, just rocking Yuji, that's raw, man. That's just raw. And also thing I like is Yuji having to use his physical strength, and Higuruma having to use the gavel, which he uses in very creative ways, like yeah, now it's in one hand, now it's in another, now I'm gonna do this, now I'm gonna do that. And Yuji being forced to improvise, like I always love seeing him improvise. It's very cool. And when Yuji took responsibility for all of Sukuna's crimes, that shit hurts, man. And that action is the one that saves him, because Higuruma once again saw that he was innocent and he wasn't willing to hurt someone like Yuji. That is the whole reason, like he became a lawyer. That's very cool, man. This battle is very cool. A battle won by morals rather than strength or intelligence, it's also very cool to see. It sets up Higuruma. It's yeah. I think this battle is very well deserving. Now for number one, Yes, I said it. Hakari versus Kashimo, it's the best fight. So starting off, they have the advantages of having two fights setting them up. Hakari versus Charles and Kashimo versus Panda was just to set up the dynamics of the encounter, you know. And so coming out of this fight, we already want to see Hakari be hype, and already want to see Kashimo get his ass beat, you know. And this fight is just full of great moments, like Hakari, the immortal line, him saying that the narrator saying that he can basically fight, you know, forever through getting multiple jackpots, the funeral for the living. Let me see, Kashimo outsmarting Hakari and just busting his guts off, and Hakari throwing Kashimo at the sea through to get him out of energy, just to for Kashimo to turn that around and use electrolysis on the sea. This battle is like perfect in almost every way. If you guys want, I could make a video in the future talking about it. Not this video will get any views, but yeah, this is like for me the best fights in the Culling games. No questions asked. Much for watching. If you made it up to this video, please like and subscribe. I have very more JJK ideas ready on the go. Please leave a comment, tell me what do you think, what's your list. And thank you so much. Still new to this YouTuber shit, but I'm having a lot of fun. So yeah, please like and subscribe and all that shit. And thank you so much for watching. Love you guys. Goodbye.